Hi, everybody. We're live.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi, Teri. So nice to
Hi.
see you. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, it's so nice to always have you on. Well, this is the Psychic Triad on Friday with usually myself and Teri Lee Nidrich of Pure Visionary Psychic Medium and SunPsychic Jean. Unfortunately, though, Teri can't make it today. She is having a lot of remodeling done. There's a lot of pounding and yelling and lots of things going on in her house. So it's going to be us. Um, Joan might come in. She might join us, but otherwise, it's probably going to be myself and Jean. Jean, I have noticed that you're going to do something very exciting tomorrow. Can you tell
I
us
know.
about it?
I have been working on this all week. I think I'm ready. I have a few last minute errands to run tonight, and I should be all ready. I have a metaphysical fair expo tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing readings at my booth, and I'm also going to be reading a live room. And it's amazing how much time it takes because, it's from 2 to 3, but then you have to make sure you don't book somebody right before and make sure you don't book somebody right after.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
what I found so exciting is the ad basically featured you as the headline. So it's exciting.
it is. It is. That was the flyer for the workshop. But yeah, yeah, she did a really beautiful job. They're wonderful organizers and just very friendly and accommodating, very accommodating. And these people do a lot of different fairs up and down the East Coast and all over. So I'd like to start with them within driving distance, and then maybe the following year I might go ahead and do some longer distance ones. And really, just it's an amazing way to get yourself known and your name out there. So
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, that's so exciting. Well, let's greet a few people from our audience too. I see Wiki. Hi, Wiki.
hi,
Wiki
Wiki.
came to my last fair and I got to read her in person.
Ups.
Butterfly Kisses Healing is here.
Oh, she is wonderful. And Butterfly Kisses Healing is a moderator. So thank you very much, Butterfly Kisses Healing. I think she's a moderator on everybody's channel. Thank you
I
for
think
being here, and
so.
thank you for everything you do.
Yep. And Arlene Forney. I don't think I've seen you, Arlene, in our chat before. And
Hi,
Rose Power.
Arlene. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So welcome everybody. Um, Janet P. and Caroline Adams just got here. Thanks,
Hi.
thanks for coming by.
Hello, ladies.
Ah,
Wonder if I can.
so just like Butterfly Kisses Healing is saying, we hope that you'll subscribe to our channel so that you can be part of the chat and that you can ask a question. We use moderated chat to keep out trolls and such people that may want to disturb what we're doing. So you have to subscribe to my channel, but it would be helpful if you subscribe to Jean's channel and Teri Lee's channel, Pure Visionary Psychic Medium, and Joan's channel, so that wherever we show up, you're ready to chat.
That's
So
right.
ready.
That's right. Because we're going to do a little more round robin moving forward. Which means we're each week we're going to be on somebody else's channel, and depending on our schedule, like if we have a fair or if somebody has an event planned or family coming in, we're going to be on different people's channel. And so Teri has gotten all the bugs worked out of her electronics, and we're up and running. So we're going to be on and the Crone Zone and Joan and Teri Lee, and we're going to be hopping all over the place. So we
Right.
appreciate what you do.
Yep, that's true. I noticed that we only have about 7 people here right now, and I only have one question starred. So that means everybody gets to ask a question. So get them in now, and I will. pay attention to them. What we do with StreamYard, it's actually coming from StreamYard, but you're seeing it on YouTube. But we star the questions, or we do the latest question. So at the beginning, we often star, and as we get going, then we just try to take fresh questions. So you might as well take advantage of it right now and get your question in.
I did post it to my Facebook as well, so there's going to be a lot more people coming in about 5 minutes, I think.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, good. So that means you guys are at the top of the line right now. So head of the line, might as well get them in there.
Yeah.
Jean, since we're just waiting a few minutes, what else are you doing? You got more going on.
I will on Sunday. I will be on with Scott, Scorpio, Sun, Tarot, and that's Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 11 a.m. Pacific. And Scott and I both are on the East Coast. There's it. Oh, hi, Arlene's got her message in. I mean, her question in, and it's a it's different because people are on different time zones, but when you find somebody in your own time zone, you're like, yes.
Right.
No adding involved. It's really simple, but somehow I always get it mixed up and backwards. And Juno, I know if Juno comes in here, she always lets me know. She says, and it's not the numbers. Like I have 3, 2, 1, and then 12, and I'm like, no, I got it right. I transposed the names, like at the mountain and the central, so I'm like, oh, I didn't even look at that because I'm like, oh no. So yeah, so I it's just it's just one of these little details that you do at the last minute, and it's not always easy to remember. Yeah. So let me just see what else I have coming up. Yeah. Where is my dashboard? Oof. It says August, so I was planning ahead. When you open your calendar and it says August.
Right. Well, I do know what you're doing on Monday. Monday
Yes.
the 6th, you will be on with me in the Wisdom Circle, which is hosted by the Crone Zone, Conversations with the Ancients. And I am going to be the presenter that day, and I'm going to present astral travel, or really spiritual journeys. That's what I'm going to really be presenting about. So, yeah.
Yeah, and Teri has the absolute best spiritual journeys. I have grown and learned and have met high vibrational beings that I've never met before in my life, being in a journey together with Teri. I have seen things, witnessed things, received gifts and messages and knowings that were just blew me away. We were after the journey, we both were like, can you believe that just happened to us? It was just amazing. And it's so real because it's like I call it like quantum traveling. It's beyond space and time, and we do travel different dimensions in our awareness. I don't know how else, in our consciousness, in our higher consciousness. And Teri, you are brilliant at it. She's really, really very good. It's an amazing, and Teri and I do this regularly. We practice this regularly together for our own spiritual growth and for development. And now Teri is she's been offering this. This kind of happened organically with your readings, and now you're offering it to groups as well.
Yeah. So, I started doing small groups, and then at the last metaphysical fair I was at, I led a room of 20 people on a journey. And, I'll have to think that over for a little while before I ever attempt that many again. It went all right, but I'm kind of like, there's a little things to work out still. But it is fun, and I'm going to present on Monday on what I know, which is not that much. Um, I know it should be like I should be like
Well,
authoritative about it, and yet I'm kind of feeling like, oh my God, what do I know?
I think it's a wealth of information, just sharing what you do know,
Mhm,
what you know, what you've
mhm.
experienced. This is
Yeah.
what we all want to listen to is our own experience, and it's
Hmm.
different for everybody. I was watching Tarot Stash, and he did a Claire's review with a couple of medium friends of his, and they were talking about like Claire knowing, and they were saying, well, the Claire knowing for me kind of pops in as a thought. Now, Claire knowing for somebody else sort of is like it seeps in, or like it happens just a little bit differently for everybody. And there's not really like the boxes that used to be in the label, and you used to have to keep things in a box, like this is this spiritual experience, and this one, the edges of the boxes are kind of like disappearing and just blurring and blending. Um, and
Yeah.
there's just such uniqueness to it that it's all okay. It's all good.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm having a hard time kind of writing up what I want to talk about, because the box edges have definitely moved a lot. Um, they're definitely completely open right now. Which, by the way, I want to say hi, Tarot Stash. Hi, Gerald. He's in the audience.
Oh, he's here. Oh my
He's here.
gosh. It's like
His, his
Beetlejuice, right? If you
I know
say his
his
name, he
ears were
shows.
probably burning. They're talking about me.
I just talked about you, Tara Stash. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Oh,
can't believe he's here listening. That's great. How are you? It's so nice that you're here. Yeah, that was
good.
very impressive. I mean, it was very impactful, and just kind of reaffirmed to me that there's not really like a definitive one way of doing things. It's
Right.
really very unique. It's
Yeah.
really very unique.
Very
And
well.
I just want to say a quick little shout out to Sherry Luke. Hi, Sherry Luke. Thanks for coming. Nice to see you.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready to answer some questions?
I am now, man.
Okay, good. I feel all souped up. So we have the first question. Actually, I'm going to say real quick who I have: Rose Flower, Arlene, One Love, and Carolyn Adams, and Butterfly Kisses right now in the lineup. So get your questions in. So Rose Flower says, can I please get a message? So she just wants a general reading. And of course, like always, it's going to take just a little while. Our first question always takes a bit to kind of tune in.
Hmm. We have to get into that altered state of consciousness.
Yeah.
So, Rose Flower, I'm seeing a lamp, an Aladdin's lamp, a lamp where a genie would come out. I'm not sure if that has uh, any uh, link to you, or any meaning for you. That's the first thing, and they're showing me this genie that comes out. I'm not sure. They're saying that you are interested in folklore as well. That the folklore and the almost like the Celtic traditions, and the stories from yesteryear, and stuff that were there. They have truth to them, and um, and this is something that you love to explore. I don't know all the correct terminology. a lot of elemental, and a lot of sort of going back in time, back into different dimensions. I see like a forest type of um, atmosphere around you.
Mm.
I think there was a day, a time on Earth where there was more forest than there was asphalt, and not that there is anymore. But this is just what I'm picking up for you, Rose. Um, oh, she used to read genie books when she was a kid. Wow, must have made such an impression on you because this genie is still with you. This
Hmm.
genie and the thought and the wish, the ability that there is something other than ourselves granting us wishes and giving us guidance. I think this kind of sparked a knowing inside of you that you just kept with you and kept, uh, you know, maybe in the back of your mind until you were of age to learn some more. Um, are you getting anything, Terry?
I am. What just tagging onto what you were saying, it almost sounds like she's kind of been given the grant to manifest easily with this genie. But what I saw on my stage is right away, I saw this huge parade. I mean, just a parade going down my stage. And one of your spirit guides has you on his shoulder. You are the one being celebrated in this parade. And it's just giving me the idea that they're very excited about you. They're very excited about what you're learning, what you're bringing forth these days. And that I just feel like you, based on what I'm seeing and kind of what Jean is talking about, this genie, that you're really granted a lot of privileges right now. This would be a great time to study some spiritual thing you want to do because they are just very, very excited for you. And you are like the center of their parade, and you're the guest. So take advantage of that.
I do feel as though you do also sense your own spirit, your own divine essence, and you recognize this in others. I feel as though you may have been around horses before, and you could feel the spirit. I mean, the spirit in horses is just so undeniable. I mean, their telepathy ability is undeniable, just like in dogs and other animals. And perhaps you have this awareness of the telepathy and talking to plants, talking to flowers. I mean, obviously, you're rose flower, and so I'm also feeling this type of awareness with you too, Rose.
Mm. She says she's reading some self-help books, so I think this is a great time to take in what you're learning and try it out because it just seems like they're so thrilled with what you're learning. So,
Self-awareness is a beautiful way of moving into your spirituality.
hmm hmm yes. So thank you, Rose Flower, for letting us answer your question.
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah. Let's go to Arlene Forney. She would like a message from my spirit guides. Uh, see what's going on with Arlene Forney.
Hi, Arlene. Thanks for your question.
Wow, very, very different look on my stage right now. Um, I see them building like a little tiny house or a playhouse, uh, she shed or something, but they're building it and they're building it with you, but they're just very carefully putting these building blocks in there. So do you have a message for Arlene about this? We are very pleased with the building you've been doing, the things that you are learning. We are excited about the next step in this learning. They're telling me something. They want you to really embrace it. Don't be afraid of whatever they're bringing forth for you to learn. Don't be afraid of it. They want you to just really reach out for it, because it will even solidify this house that you're making. I mean, I suppose it's a spiritual house that somehow you're really building it. You're really putting some hard work in here. So don't be afraid to keep doing this work.
So, do you have
Nope,
anything else?
you have.
I was getting something a little bit different. I'm getting like shapes and spiritual, not spiritual, what is it called? Sacred geometry. And it's like a parallelogram. What is it called when a rectangle is sort of on its side and it's, I think it's called a parallelogram or something.
I think
I'm
so.
not sure if you're doing any building or any drawing or any hanging of pictures. There's something about measuring, something about angles, and there's something about sacred geometry that I'm seeing in your energy there, Arlene. I'm also seeing the power of the butterfly and the dragonfly. I'm seeing that you connect with nature very strongly, and let me just see if there's something else about that. Oh, they're just giving you your spirit guides are letting you know to stay carefree like a butterfly, stay light and suspended in air like a butterfly and a dragonfly. That things may feel that they are going askew. Things may feel a little wonky. I think there's going to be, not going to be, I think that you may have a sense of like a time warp or something, and not necessarily time, but like things that are once known are going to be a little warped, is what they're showing me. And they just want you to keep your energy light, keep your energy high, and pay attention to the butterflies and the dragonflies and watch what nature does. Pay attention to what nature does, um, and they're just letting us know uh, that what we focus on and what we allow, sort of like our filter in what we are feeding our spirit, will make a difference for us.
Mhm.
Interesting, Arlene.
Yeah, that is interesting. You went from the parallelogram to wonky. It's so funny how they show us things, you know. Um, well, thank you, Arlene, and thank you for letting us read your question. Um, that is so interesting. So, One Love wants, she had, this is a very interesting question, I think. How can I live up to my soul contracts? So that kind of leads me to believe you know about your soul contracts a bit. Um, and the reason that's interesting to me, because I know about one soul contract I have. So it's very, very interesting. How can I live up to my soul contracts?
You know,
Okay.
can I just add one more thing to Arlene because she's being so gracious, replying, saying, "Okay, learning about spirit." But actually, now that they're showing me this again, it's like you know how you know what they call this time, this big event that's coming. They call it the shift. So I'm thinking maybe she might be
Oh,
experiencing some sort of a shift. So whether it's a time shift or time warp or a wonky, like I was trying to get that word out, but that just came to me as I was reading her feedback.
oh,
So thank you.
that's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
They're just showing us so many amazing things recently. Okay. Let's go back to one love real quick. How can I live up to my soul contracts? Um, Really an interesting question here. So,
Mm. They're saying uh, let go of resistance and go with the flow. Like it's and understand that everything is as it should be. Everything is divinely orchestrated. There are no wrong decisions. And they said that you understand that you have the choice and that they're guiding you, and you are open to allowing that information to flow through you. I can feel it coming down your arms and out your hands. I'm not sure if you're a healer or if you're a Reiki master or if you do any type of shamanic healing. I can feel my shoulders, my arms, my forearms, all the way down to my hands are lighting up. Are you know uh, the sensitivity, I can feel them, they're being um, and they're saying to take care of you because you are the vehicle of your soul. Your human, your physical experience here in this world is what contains your divine, your divinity, and your soul aspect. And in order for your soul to carry out your soul's contract, you must take care of the human, uh, the vehicle that it's in. And this is with heart virtues, with compassion, with forgiveness, with understanding, acceptance, and healing, rest, restoration, and and um, and go with the flow. How about you, Terry?
I am basically getting virtually the same message. They are showing me your kind of soul contracts like boxes. Uh, So another very geometric look. But what they're letting me know is that the more you try to fulfill them, the farther away you're going to get. That just like Jean said, you cannot make a bad decision. You can't do it wrong. Your soul will fulfill these contracts because that is what it's driven towards. So actually, the more you let go of it, the better it will be. They are saying that you don't have to try. It's not your job to let's say you have a soul contract with somebody and that you want to tell them you got to get right back on track, you're doing the wrong things. That they're saying that's not your job. It's your you will know when it's time to actually put your 2 cents in with. It's not, they're also showing me they're really calling attention to my heart chakra, my chest, in that it's not really our job so much to say things. It's more keeping that person alive in your heart is actually doing more of the work of the contract than what you might say. And they said one other thing. So hang on, let me just take a moment here to try to retrieve what they said. Just the same things. You can't fail. Don't worry about it. Don't try so hard. Those whole contracts resolve on their own because we just naturally go towards them. We naturally fulfill them the right way because it's something we've already agreed to. So basically, they're saying quit stressing out about it. Don't worry about it. We're going to help you.
That's great advice. Great
Yeah.
advice. Yeah.
And I want people to know, you know, I of the soul contract I know I have to do the very same thing. I have to not stress out about it and just put a little heart energy towards it, but not do pretty much anything. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question.
Thanks, One Love.
Yeah, one love, and good luck with those contracts. Let's see here. Let me just really quick kind of go through the chat real quick to see what's going on. And if there's like any new questions, no, we're pretty much caught up here. Okay, so in my lineup now I have Carolyn Adams, Butterfly Kisses Healing, Star Midnight, and Jody Almquist. So here we go, Caroline Adams. Caroline Adams. I would love to hear from my friend Karen from Elsinore, Delaware. She has been on the other side for 10 years. Okay, so.
Did she have like blonde frizzy hair or like a dirty or sandy brown fit frizzy hair? When I say frizzy, it's like that, you know, I don't maybe frizzy. Yeah. Like
Maybe
puffy
puffy.
hair. Yeah,
Yeah,
puffy.
yeah.
This is just when I'm asking for her, this is the first thing that I'm seeing is a silhouette of of a little more of a puffy hair.
She has curly brown hair, which probably is a little puffy. But Caroline, I need to do a deeper dive, but I have to tell you because it's very unusual. But right away, she's sending me the smell of hyacinth flowers. So she's sending me this, you know, the smell of spring flowers.
I'm seeing the silhouette of a bull's head, and it's sort of red and black. So I'm not sure if this was a like a football team or a mascot of some sort. This is what it would remind me of. It's not a real bull. It's sort of like a silhouette, like you would see. I'm not sure if there's a mascot, but she's trying. She's sending us pictures. She's sending us energy,
Hmm.
like she understands that we're reaching out to her and she's trying to communicate with us. So, what I'd like to ask Karen to do is to just feel in your heart and let Teri and I both know what you may be feeling that you would like to say to Carolyn, and we can pick up on the vibration of your soul. She's showing me jelly beans. She loved jelly beans. She loved the, I don't know if it was the spice ones, but it was the colored ones. Boy, this is very specific. And it could, I mean, who knows? Maybe it's the name of a pet, but she's just showing me jelly beans specifically. But she's doing good. You're doing good, Karen. You're doing very well. She's showing me a corsage on her wrist, daisies. She seems to be sort of like a little more of laid back and free spirited, and maybe was a little bit in the hippie kind of time, not so straight laced, not so buttoned up and perfect and pressed. She's a little more laid back and easygoing and flowing. She seems to have very soft skin. She's showing me plump and soft skin, and she's just saying that she was very lovable, very huggable, and very relatable. She showed me her warm heart, her warmth, and she would giggle. She would have a giggle. So does that make sense?
I, you know, I'm kind of getting a message from her, which was, we were such great friends. And she's telling me we were the kind of friends that could spend time away from each other, maybe, not talk to each other for a little bit of time. And the second we're back on the phone or talking, we're as if no time has passed at all. Those kind of friends are just so heartwarming that it's almost like you pick up the phone and then you start the conversation where you left off before, kind of like you almost start in the middle and work your way out. And she's just showing me that that's kind of the case with you guys, that you are very supportive of each other, that you could just pick up where you left off. It's very unusual. I do get the clairaudience. I smell a lot. But it's just, I'm getting the spicy jelly beans, the licoricey ones. I'm getting the hyacinth, and I'm getting a lot of really smells from her. So I think I'm going to have to leave it at that, she loved the friendship. Oh, okay. So now it's making sense a little bit more. It's kind of like she's extending these gifts to you, that she's sending, she's hoping when you look at the spring flowers that you'll think of her, that I almost feel like she's sending you these spicy jelly beans a bit, like pick up a few jelly beans or some licorice all sorts. I keep wanting to see licorice all sorts, but just spend some pleasant time with her. Thinking about
Carolyn says she was a genius, and she says that is true, Teri. I've been cueing her to give me a name of a national figure.
what?
It's not always, but I can feel her. She's like really trying. I can feel her energy, and she's trying to send us. She's trying to give you the information, but the communication is different. She needs to just relax and feel it. So it's a little bit different of a communication for her to give us an actual name, not unless any of those things like the jelly bean or something would mean anything about a national figure, or the bull's head, or Teri's hyacinth, if any of that. But we feel her sending us these messages. These messages weren't here a moment ago when we called her in. These are the things that are popping into our third eye that we're relating to you. But yeah, a national figure. Wow.
A national figure. Okay, Carol, I'm just going to give it a shot just in case. So, Karen, can you show me a national figure? Well, right away I see Ben Franklin, so I hope that's it. But okay, I'm just going to go with that. Because
She was very Catholic in that life and would not be into metaphysics. Ah,
okay,
okay.
well, okay, well, she is interesting because I have never. I mean, sometimes when I'm doing readings, I get the smells, but it's very, very rare, and usually it's just one smell, not two smells. And she's really trying hard,
She
but
is.
I think I think we're having trouble getting it. But
I think it takes practice for them, especially if she said she was a genius. So she's used to communicating in this world. It's a little bit
mhm,
different um, on the other side. So it would be really fascinating to keep on trying with her and letting her practice with you.
mhm,
Um, yeah, so that's good that you're cueing her and that you're connecting with her. But she is trying. She's trying hard.
yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't, I grew up Catholic as a kid, and there's a lot of metaphysics going on in Catholicism too. They don't always recognize it, but yeah. Okay. Well, do you have anything else, Jean, from Karen?
That's all I have for now, but let's revisit it.
Yeah, because it's so funny, and so the hyacinth smell's gone back, but the licorice smell is still here. So that's a little interesting.
She
Wow.
said she was from Delaware and a big fan of Joe Biden. There you go.
Ah, she told us 49 years ago how great he was. Wow. So she had a little bit of cognition there. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Thank you for all the feedback, Caroline. Okay. Here is a big one. Butterfly kisses healing. Last night I woke up at 1:20 a.m. feeling a loving presence in the room. I had a caudal epidural yesterday.
Oh,
Was this present related to my healing after that procedure? Okay, well let's give that a shot and see who, what the loving presence came from.
okay. Go ahead, Terry.
Okay. Okay. So butterfly kisses healing. You sent me healing once, and as I kind of tuned into you and your soul, they kind of took me back there. And when you sent me healing, I was just kind of hanging out in the stars. I was just kind of laying there, no gravity, kind of like I was in a recliner almost. And there was just animals surrounding me. And I'm just kind of back at that. And so I asked them, could you tell me about this loving presence for Butterfly Kisses Healing? And so they showed me it. So it's now as if you're the one in the reclining position in the heavens. And I see a male shape that makes me feel like it's your grandfather or your great grandfather. It's definitely grandfather energy. And I see him lying beside you, almost in a slightly cradling position, like he's holding you. So I do believe that this is carrying from an ancestor, either grandfather or great grandfather energy, and that he just wanted to hold you as you healed. That he's just extending that to you, letting his love kind of infuse you and help with healing.
That's beautiful. It's really so loving. So reassuring, and to be in strong arms that you feel safe in, you know. Um, I did ask the pendulum. I asked my spirit guides through the pendulum. Joan taught me that. And my spirit guides, I asked if it was your guardian angel, and they said no. And I said, is it an angel? And they said no. And I said, is it an ascended master? And they said, like, went around in a circle, and I said, does she know who it is? And it said no. So but what I got a feeling is it was the divine feminine, the compassionate, whether it comes in many different forms. It could be Kuan Yin, it could be the green Tara, it could be Lakshmi, it could be many different forms. Is this divine feminine that comes in? It's the goddess of compassion. And she's in many different traditions. There is one other tradition I know I'm forgetting. But this is the divine feminine that I felt come in for you. One time when I was receiving an acupuncture treatment, um, she actually hit a meridian that um, it it hit the euphoric, and I felt as though everything in the world was fine. Like everything is going to. I had such a sense of reassurance, such a sense of calm, such a sense of everything's going to be all right. And I told my acupuncturist, and she said, "Yeah, that's the meridian for that euphoric kind of feeling." But I also saw in my mind's eye very clearly, Kuan Yin came to me. And it was during a time that I was in pain, that I needed healing. And this is what they're reminding me of, that it was a divine feminine coming to you at that time. That's what I was picking up. So
Mm.
both are valid, acceptable, true, and could also be simultaneously happening. And
Mhm.
or you were
Mhm.
oh no, Teri, she said he was the one who abused me as a child.
Um,
No
is he?
way.
She's asking, is he the one?
Oh,
I don't know, because remember you would have grandfathers or great grandfathers on either side. Um, all I know is this person was a loving presence, not a. I don't sense any maliciousness in him. So that's all I know. Um, whether it's loving or not. Um, But look at this. She also said you wondered if it was a Archangel Chamuel. That could be, that could be it too. All I know is it's more like a loving presence, somebody who is extending love towards you and holding you.
mm.
Hmm. That's what I saw. But um,
She
you
said
can all.
that he does know that she forgave him.
Mhm.
Yeah, because when you're in human form, we have flaws, and it's very you've done a lot of what do they call it, soul work to uncover that and to work through that. um yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Brother Butterfly Kisses, for letting us read you. And, you know, I hope that we didn't light on something too hard here. So, okay. We have Star Midnight. Is there a message from my guardian angels or guides?
Hi, Star
Okay.
Midnight. Thanks for your question.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna ding a little too. To Star Midnight.
I'm seeing ribbons and bows and like fabric and decor and um, not sure if you like things with bows on them, like maybe even like you know how you put like a little wreath around a candle, and then maybe it would have like a ribbon weaved through the wreath. Um, this they're showing me ribbons and bows, and sort of like in a decor type of sense. What does this mean for Star Midnight? They want you to be creative. They want you to this is the opening. There is a flow coming through you, Star Midnight, through opening up to your higher self and the energies from the spiritual realm and the angelic realm and your higher self and even the celestial realm. That they said that there are some energies that want to work through you, and they are encouraging you to practice your creativity, whether it's tying ribbons and bows, whether it's making candy. Now they're showing me fudge, dark
Oh,
chocolate fudge.
ooh,
whether it's whether it's being creative in cooking, whether it's creative in decorating, whether it's creative in writing, whether it's creative in gardening. They just want you to be creative, that this would allow the flow for them to come through you and express through you and enable to connect with you. How about you,
wow,
Teri?
wow. I like the fudge. Yeah. Um, I see something sort of similar. At first on my stage, they showed me you um, reading a book. And I got the understanding right away that it's not so much reading the book, it's spiritual learning. So this is a great time if you're very curious about some sort of spiritual thing. It's a great time to read. And they're not saying you have to read a book to learn it. They're just using that image to prompt me to tell you about learning, to use whatever mode that you use to learn the best, to go ahead and go ahead and investigate any spiritual practice that you want to know about. Go ahead and reach out in this time period to learn something new, and they will help and augment it. They will make it easy. So,
Well, very, very good advice. Very good advice, man. These guys are they're coming through pretty strong tonight. And usually on Friday nights, it's all geared up because we're used to going out with our friends and stuff on Friday nights. And just to give everybody a heads up, my light over here is going to be clicking on momentarily, so don't let that startle you. It's on a timer. But yeah, everybody wants fudge now. Tarot
yeah,
Stash wants fudge. Butterfly Kisses Healing wants fudge. Wiki wants fudge. How about it, Star Midnight? What do you say? To tell you
yeah.
the truth, I've been having an urge to start baking.
Wow.
And this
They go ahead. They can. I was just to say they can teach us through bake. They can teach us through any mode.
The urge is what I think is the tell in that statement. You're feeling an urge. You're feeling
Mhm.
guided. You're feeling inspired. You're feeling, and it's that urge. And I have to tell you a story. There's one time where I was divinely guided by one of my loved ones who had passed on the other side. And they were really very strongly guiding me and urging me to do a couple of different things. And one of the things that they urged me to do was to go to Marshall's and go to the back of the store, go to where the wall hangings are. And they had me pick up one of it was like a metal um, uh, sculpture that you hang on the wall, and it's of butterflies. And I have it, and I look at it every day, and I've never tired of it. And it's one of my favorite things ever. And it was almost like, here, this is, we knew you would like this. So it doesn't, and this urge is what is reminding me to tell you this story. Is I just had a little inkling, a little desire, and I'm like, man, I'm just going to get a more. Usually I go to Marshall's and I look at the makeup or I look at the pocketbooks or something, something girly, I don't ever go back and look at a wall hanging, but I was really just, it was almost like a direct. As soon as I walked in the store, I just followed the guidance, walked right back to the store, and I looked in one aisle, looked in the next aisle, and I saw it. And when I saw it, I knew it right away. I'm like, that's it. That's what you wanted me to find. It was really beautiful. And sometimes they urge us to do these things to give us a gift. They want us to follow their inspiration or their guidance to give us a gift. And perhaps if you have an urge to bake, maybe this is just something they want you to relax and have fun and have something a little sweet, you know? Yeah.
Enjoy the sweetness of life. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Well, Jean, we have three more questions. Do you have time if we do three more?
I do. I'm due. I'm
Okay.
fine. Yeah. Mhm.
So, questions are closed for now, and we got some really good ones. We have Jody and Purette White and Sherry Luke. So, okay. So here's our next one. Jody would like a message from her mom, Joyce. She passed not too long
Oh
ago,
no. Just
24
a just a
of
couple
this
of
year.
weeks ago.
And how's she doing?
Joyce. Sure, Jody, of course. Thank you for coming. Thank you for asking your question.
Hmm.
Joyce for Jody. She's give go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead. She's fun.
She's just given me the sense of this well-being, like an overall sense of well-being, I was almost like tensed, and she's just like, relax. She's like, everything's fine, everything's good, no more tension, no more stress, no more anticipation. She's just really, really relaxed, and she's saying that that she is with loved ones. She is surrounded by unconditional love. And it's almost like anything that was, it just makes me feel like whatever was tense is now in total relaxation and total just comfort and tell me what else, Joyce. She she's being protected by a brown bear, by a black bear, sorry. She's given me, oh, maybe she's a mama bear. She's showing me a bear. So
Hmm.
whatever that means to you, but I'm thinking she is saying that she misses the family, and she knows how much how much heartache you're going through right now. And she says, just as much as you miss me, I miss you. And she's saying, but I am very well taken care of. And she's saying, I can send you so much love from here. She's saying her transition was effortless. And she saw Jesus. I'm not sure if she was released. Boy, that was a
Yes.
Freudian slip. Religious and released. And she just said she saw Jesus. She said she was greeted by the golden being, and this is who she understood to be Jesus, this loving golden being of light. And she said she is no longer restricted or in any pain whatsoever. Whether she's showing me her breathing a little bit, she's saying everything is like smells like flowers over here, delicate flowers. She's just saying how beautiful and lovely that she is over here. And she just thanks you. She said she knows it's been hard going through all the details. She's saying something about her belongings, that you're still divvying up her belongings and seeing if somebody special wants a special piece. And she's saying that she is very grateful to all of the family who is helping to distribute and make sure that everybody gets something to remember her by. Um, she, I'm not sure if that makes any sense. How about you, Teri?
Well, I first got this band of color, kind of a light aqua color, but not a solid color. It almost looked like waves coming in on the water at first, and it's just like this little horizon. And then I see her from above looking down at me. She's like, the horizon's getting bigger, and she's looking down at me, and she's got this sun hat on, like a visor, and she's basically kind of giving me the impression she's on the beach. She's looking down and she's like, "You won't believe how cool it is here." That's why I was like, "She's so delightful." She's like, "This is amazing." And I also see around here that gold color that you talked about, that goldenness about it. And she's just saying, what she's really showing me with this kind of water and beach scene is that she is relaxing. She is um, enjoying herself. It's more than relaxing. It's like she's being, okay, what's the right word here? She's being refreshed. Refreshed. She's like at the beach, refreshing herself. Now that doesn't mean she's literally at the beach, but basically right now in heaven, she's enjoying herself and being refreshed, just enjoying herself a lot. So no worries about her. And I think she's showing me this from this downward view because she's also letting me know that she can see you. You can't see her, but she can easily see you. And don't worry about her. She's doing just fine.
She said she's always going to be in your heart. And she says, if you want to speak with her, she's right here next to you and she can hear your thoughts. So you can speak to her in conversation whenever you want. She can hear all of your thoughts. She
Mm-hmm.
knows when you are thinking about her.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for letting
Yeah.
us read her. It may. I know you get something out of this, but we do too. We get to meet your loved ones, who are usually very cool people.
Yeah. We're very sorry for your loss, Jody.
Mhm.
Joyce is very, very sweet. Come back again and check in with her again.
Yeah, yeah, because she's probably will have more things that are going on as time goes by. So look, this is a very interesting question. So Pierrette White, thank you for asking this question. So she wants to know, does the prophet Edgar Casey have a message for me? So how interesting. Thank you for
He
asking.
says, get in the car, drive down, and pick up SunPsychic Jean, and go to Virginia Beach and visit him. I've been seeing these. I guess they have these on-site programs where you would go for 4 days. It's like a seminar, but it's a 4-day seminar, and I am like just dying to go. So let's see what Edgar Casey has to say for
Oh
Pierrette.
my goodness.
Oh, he's actually telling me that he's been that he knows that you can do what he did. He's saying that you can hear him and he can communicate with you on a spiritual guide level. He's saying that he'll be able to teach you if you want to ask him questions, if you want to ask him about processes. Um, just pick one thing that he did and ask him to show you how to do it. He's saying that he's able to teach you. He's saying because you're so in tune to the other side that you are open to learning and that you already have a lot of these abilities and he wants to enhance them. He loves your creativity. He loves the way you accept the information that comes through and he, he says you're an open vessel for sure. How about you, Terry?
Oh my goodness. He right away he showed me you, Perret, on the stage, and he's kind of stretched your image a little. So you're very tall and thin. And he says she is an excellent student. And he's saying she's so easy to teach. And what he has done is he's stretched your image a little bit more, so you actually look like a guitar string. And then he strums the string, and you just vibrate and you just push out all this energy and vibration, but you take in the learning from him and you push it out. And he's just showing me how finely tuned you are. How that's what he's saying, finely tuned, really in touch. And he can easily push ideas your way. But he's also, again, backing up what Jean said, that you are learning more. He's giving me the idea that in his life, while he got to do a lot, he was still very boxed in. And he's showing me this rectangular kind of box, very tall and thin, that he still got a little boxed in. And he's just amazed that the box has really gone. The box is very much going away. And he's even showing me as he strums the string, just the vibration, the energy going out is just kind of puffing the box away, like that you don't have those kind of bound. He's saying boundaries, but they're they shouldn't have been boundaries in the first place. But he's so happy that you don't have to put up with those, that you are allowed to grow. And he's just that's what he had to say. So
That's beautiful. Really
yeah.
neat.
Yeah, thank you for, I mean, I've never read Edgar Casey before. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. She said, cool, Terry. Thank you. I guess it's time. As soon as her husband is ready to cross, she said she's ready to begin her work for sure. Her husband is not
Hmm.
well and
Right.
on hospice. So,
Oh,
but Jody says the moment she thought her mom passed, she told her to go on vacation, and she gushes she went to the beach.
wow. That's pretty cool. Well, that's where I saw her, was on the beach. So that's so that's so cool.
That's so special, Jody. Thanks for sharing that with us. That
Yeah.
was really nice of
Thank
you.
you. So we have our very last question here. Are you still good?
Yep. Yep. Yes.
Okay. Our last question is from Sherry Luke. She would like to ask us to ask her guides how many lives has she lived.
Mhm. Hi, Sherry. They are saying that you're an old soul and you're a wise soul. And they're saying that she does not realize that when she asks how many lives that she lives, that there are universal lives. There are lives on other planets, lives as other expressions, and not necessarily a human or a humanoid. There are many different experiences of life. You had lives as a life as just as a consciousness, as a life. And they're just showing me all different types of experiences that you had, as in your soul's experience had many different expressions. You had a life. They're just showing me. Please take this with a grain of salt, but they're showing me that you had a, a, a life as a plant, like as wild greens in the earth. That you had uh, life as wildlife, like a woodland creature, like a bunny, or oh, it was a fox. You were a fox. They're showing me this little
Mm.
fuzzy thing running around the forest. It was the fox. And they're saying that your soul experienced many different incarnations, and that this there are too many to put a number on it, and there are many more yet to come. And they said your soul is very adventurous and courageous, and you love uh, just the wonder of it.
And I heard an infinite being, an infinite being. And I just have to double down on the adventure, that you're very adventurous and um, many, many lives. And I'm seeing that you're very curious, very, very curious in these lives, because I can see you like planning a life and like, huh, I wonder what it'd be like to be that big rock, and becoming the rock for a little while. And but they're also showing me the human lives in particular, that you had quite a lot of them. I want to say 19, but there were many more, because they're reminding me of some other person that I read that had a lot of lives, but they said, just remember that some of the lives were just learning to operate the human body.
Mm,
And some of the
interesting.
lives are just learning to operate the other bodies on other planets. You are very, very complex, because it's not like I can see one line.
Mhm.
It's like you led dimensional lives all the time. You got a lot of lives, a lot of lives. I think it's because you're very adventurous and very curious. And and you are not strongly connected to hierarchy, and that's why you can choose other lives that may be short, that may be unusual. You just wanted to experience it all. How interesting. Do you have any more, Jean?
I just feel as though in this lifetime, your uh, your soul's evolution is uh, is one of your focus points, and the combination of the astrological energies and the energies in the universe and the solar flares and all of these natural phenomena that are happening all at the same time, and you expanding your soul's awareness, that this will enable your soul to expand. So it would be more quality of lives rather than quantity of lives. This would be, you have your intention in this lifetime is to have quality and to expand your soul, and not to just sort of, remember that bird that went into the bird feeder, Teri, that you saw and
Oh
got
yeah.
what they needed and then got out and they were quick and stuff. But that's what, like, this is like, you went in, you went out and had experiences, but this one, they want you to sort of marinate and expand your soul. Like there's a developmental purpose in this life for your soul. And yeah, interesting. Wow.
Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah. Well, that is the end of our show. Um, I really thank everybody for coming and for asking your questions and giving us a chance to read on all of these. Um, Jean, just really quick again, where can we catch you next?
I will be on Scorpio Sun Tarot tomorrow at, I'm sorry, on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. Pacific. And then we will both be on the Crone Zone on Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 1 p.m. Pacific. And Teri will be doing her presentation on astral travel and soul journeying, and it's going to be phenomenal. I just know it. And tomorrow, I'm not going to be online. You won't see me on live on YouTube. I'll be doing a show here in my local area, and I'll be uh, an exhibitor and doing readings in my booth. And then I'm also going to be reading a room there at the show. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And do you happen to have the name of the show? So in
Yeah.
case they think, because they might live near there.
Yes, it's Illuminate Festival. Um, um, I don't know if I can. It's the Illuminate Festival in Bowie, Maryland, and they have a lot of different um, like psychic fairs all up and down the East Coast, and it's a very lovely, well organized. Um, I guess I don't know, outfit, I guess you would call it. A workshop, a community that they have, and it's really very well done. So I'm looking forward to it. It's the first time I'm going to be exhibiting with them. The other exhibitor is next month for me. The other one that I did a couple of times that I'm a little more accustomed to, or that I've had experience with, that one's next month. But this is the first one I'm going to be here at the Illuminate Festival, is what they call it.
Oh, I wish I could be over there, but I'm on the other coast. So I'll be on with Allie, Heart and Soul Connected at 10. And then just like Jean said, on Monday at 1 o'clock Pacific time, I will be on with, I will be presenting about astral travel with Ladies of the Wisdom Circle. So hope to see you guys there.
Looking forward to it. And Teri, if somebody wants to get a private reading with you, is it right here on this YouTube channel? And they go to the link?
Yeah, they can go to my channel and go to about, and then they'll see Kigaru spiritualjourneys.com, and they could book a reading. How about you, Jean?
Yeah, the same on my YouTube channel. There's a link, and it's SunPsychicJean.com. And if after tomorrow, I will be booked pretty full, hopefully. And but I do have a show special there as well. So if anybody can hears this, it's a special show special. It's only between you and I. And I had put it up now for tomorrow.
So somebody who can't go to the show could still book you with the show special and just book it for a different time, but get the special.
Yes. Right. It'll be
Ooh,
a Zoom private one-on-one reading, but it's at the show special price. Yeah. Yeah.
wow.
Mhm.
Oh, everybody should
Mhm.
take advantage of that. That's a good one.
Mhm.
Okay, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Terry. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.